All right, let's cut into Intel and let's see what we have to talk about tonight. What's very interesting to me is that we heard from Iraq yesterday that President Trump had spoken with President Soudani of Iraq and told him that he has the green light to let this thing go, to let it go and to make a rate change, which we actually expect tomorrow, a rate change in the dinar. Now let's cut to the banks and redemption centers for a moment. Banks today are getting rates on their screens that are fluctuating. That means they're trading, they're moving up and down, whatever is going on with those currencies in trading. The redemption centers today, however, are not seeing rates on the screen. And that's okay, because the rates that are going to show up, and it should be tomorrow, are going to reflect new values, higher values. And I believe the Iraqi dinar is one that will show a higher than what was on the screens the last couple of days. I love that President Trump gave President Soudani of Iraq the green light to go ahead and RV. Now, we've heard it has RV'd 1, 2, 3, 4 times or whatever already. And maybe it did. But this is a way that Iraq is going to put out their rate internationally, and so that we can see it too here in the United States. Sometimes we're blocked on it. Now, the other thing is when it comes to the Forex rates affect the bank screens, the bank rates on the screens. The redemption center screens are not coming off of the Forex. They're being, I don't want to use the term manipulated, but they are being controlled by other aspects. And I think that's really going to be good. Really good. So, what we're hearing from several sources today was that tomorrow will be a day of releases, which I believe we're talking about financial releases to the banks globally. And I'll come back and finish that statement in a minute. But what's been happening since early this morning, like dark 30 early this morning, is that all of the banks and redemption centers around the globe have been pinging back and forth through the Starlink satellite system, which is directly connected to the quantum financial system. So Starlink, QFS, and this is happening and should be happening until possibly as late as 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, it's supposed to be complete by around 10 o'clock tonight, which is just past that now, Eastern time. But I think really it could be done now, or it could be done early morning tomorrow morning. And I'll continue my statement before about what is happening beyond that, those pinging things that are happening. Why do we need that? This is the first time every bank and redemption center have been interconnected on the Starlink system. Okay, and that's how it's all going to fly. So it's really good that that's happening now, and that should be the last thing that we have happen in the way of readiness prior to us getting notified. Now, I said we were supposed to be getting releases tomorrow. That's referring to finances going to the banks, to wherever that needs to go around the globe tomorrow, and we may get our notifications either tomorrow or Thursday. It looks like we could get them tomorrow and start exchanges on Thursday. It's possible we could get them if we get our numbers early enough tomorrow that we could exchange tomorrow afternoon. But right now, my guess is, based on the information so far today and tonight, as late as 8 o'clock Eastern tonight, the information is pointing toward us getting notified tomorrow, or, I don't like the or Thursday, and exchanging on Thursday. And I know you're thinking Charlie Ward's Thursday. That's true. But realize this. Tomorrow is Wednesday, January 8th. And the 8th, remember, is a key number for China. and the Chinese elders. I think they would like to have us notified, at least notified, if not started our exchanges on tomorrow, the 8th of January. So that is really where we are right now. Now, we always wonder, what about our R&R and our Social Security and all of that stuff and NASARA? Well, it's like Bob mentioned, tomorrow is the second Wednesday of the month. We had one on the 1st, and then we've got one tomorrow on the 8th. And I do not know whether we're going to see an increase in Social Security tomorrow. It's supposed, according to our Social Security source, we're supposed to have it this month of January. But we don't necessarily get the increase on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th Wednesday of the month. So we'll see what happens on that. R&R is supposed to occur this month. I don't know for sure when it's going to occur and whether we're going to see it at the Redemption Center like we've heard before. That may have changed. So we'll have to stay tuned and see what happens on that. But as far as everything else is concerned, we are moving through. President Trump made a wonderful speech today with some questions from the press for about an hour and 6 minutes. And he talked about, Canada. He talked about Greenland. He talked about the Panama Canal and maybe getting it back and getting it out of the hands of China that's got 2 ports on either side of the Panama Canal, and the fact that we're paying way more than anyone else is for our U.S. ships and our Navy. We're just being screwed on that, and it's not something that we should continue. And President Trump is very aware of it. And he is going to absolutely come in with an agenda and with a very strong number of new policies and changed policies and straightened out policies starting on the 20th. Is it possible he returns before then? I've heard about that. I've heard it's possible he could come back before. He hasn't so far, but he's influencing, even right now, as president-elect, he's influencing leaders around the globe. They're very happy that he's back, that he's coming back for at least 4 years. And I'm excited about that too. So we'll see what develops about that. But we are in a very good place right now. I would hope that we get notified tomorrow. And whether we start exchanges Wednesday afternoon or Thursday is looking very good right now. I'm saying that to you guys. Like, I get this information, I go through it, I vet it, and we just do the best we can to bring you what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. So we'll see where this goes. Also, this is a great time to get in touch with Sue.
Wolverine's commented today, 8th of January 2025. I totally agree with Bruce on this, as private contracts we're told to expect money tomorrow. And that any time tonight we should get the green light for the notifications or after midnight. I know we are definitely close. And he comments further, trigger should start today. Get ready, everyone. Wolverine's commented on the Chosen Ones Telegram page. I know everyone is stressed out, as the same with me, as we still don't have the funds released yet. All our sources said that on Monday, 6th of January or Tuesday, we will be celebrating, as it this time we are still expecting things to happen today. Private contracts are beginning to start, as banks have forwarded messages to some of my sources that they are ready. We are hoping and praying that today or this week we have the open window and start receiving our notifications. God bless, Wolverine.
More than $275 million in the bank sale of foreign remittances. This is an aggregate. They are still selling some currency. I am told it is all about their de-dollarization process, and they've got another key piece coming later this week or next in that front. It has to do with purchasing vehicles. That news should hit tomorrow or Thursday. They are accelerating the process to remove the dollar. Like I mentioned before, we have spent much of the morning, a few of us, vetting pictures of lower denominations, etc. We've already disproven a few of the photos. Some we are still working on. The conversation is small notes, small notes. This is what they are calling them at the vendors, etc., the bigger box stores they've got. They are on the lookout for small notes. Why would they have a small note unless there's a value change? Here's your foreign remittances, and they are limiting the number of banks. 23 companies purchasing, 5 banks, etc. So we do know that they are changing how they're processing it, and we're trying to make heads or tails out of it. Iraqi Stock Exchange lists the third issue of trading bonds. These are sovereign bonds. $500,000 dinar and $1 million dinar. Roughly a $400 one, an $800 one brings over 8%. I believe the smaller one brings 6.5%. 6.5%. Interest rate is what you earn on it. The other one, 8.5%. Boy, I tell you, I would take that deal in a heartbeat. You could retire wealthy if you just had enough time. If I would have had that when I was younger, I would already be done and out. Sovereign bonds, guys, and the value, I think, is important. If you were doing this in the U.S., you would not have a denomination that low on a bond. Not an investment bond. We've got our savings bonds. We do have some smaller like this, but this you pay full price for. This is clearly targeted for the private citizen, not the big guy, which means they're taken care of. Soudani said they wanted to rise all purchasing power, the purchasing power of all Iraqis. Iraq Stock Exchange witnesses a 9% increase during early hours. They are just dominating. It's been a great year for them financially in a region that is in turmoil. We are watching stability. We've got some of that to discuss because we are seeing some very interesting discourse between Iraq, Iran, and some of the other Middle Eastern countries. Iran gives Sudanese, meaning Soudani, a green light to act on the future of factions. They will support the demonetization, no longer arming factions inside of Iraq. This is a major shift for Iran, but a major shift towards stability in Iraq. They had their first conversation yesterday, guys. Surprise visit, Iran going to Iraq. Soudani returning the favor and going to Tehran tomorrow for the most important visit. They agreed to the framework here, and now on Wednesday, they are penciling out the details. This could be sudden stability in the Middle East, but Iran is also committed to ratcheting back. They said they want no part of the impending war that they believe can be avoided. We will find out if this is just rhetoric. It does mean your Iranian currency may soon suddenly start coming out of more of its sanctions. In other words, it might be in play again, is what I'm saying. All right, that's enough on that front, so I can get rid of the banner and see you guys for a minute before we dive into a little more news. D, I'm with you. Hearing some of you guys' temperatures really, you guys last night when you were telling me your temperatures, and then Kirby sending me beautiful pictures in Virginia. I ended up wearing a hoodie because I was cold thinking about you guys, even though it was warm here. It was sympathy chills. Danny, bond contact banking information. I gave what update I had last night. They have been coming more around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Hopefully we will get something fun. I've got 2 bond contacts that appeared yesterday. They believe that they will have their final contracts before the 10th, on or before the 10th, I should say.
Forwarded from Adam Stevens on Telegram. We should be hearing from Iraq very soon about revaluation like today. I just spoke to my dear friend of 25 years. He is a Baghdad police officer. Banks are open. People are going in and many walking in with frowns, walking out with a shock-up look. Everything is up. Either the people will tear apart the city or be rejoicing on Orthodox Christmas Day, he said. He hasn't been able to go in himself Yet as he is on duty, said that last night the TV news said more about trading Dinar on Forex and how to ask bankers how to start giving the people who were watching instructions nothing to link. Don't ask for it. It was on their TVs. The gist he gave me was like they were shocked. I tried to get him to tell me more. He was called to an emergency and had to hang up. Now revaluation tidbit from Frank 26, 7th January 2025. Frank 26. Remember that picture Iraqi was holding up with the big board of 1940 1 dinar note? That is an old picture from 2017 article. If you go back and read it, it told the Iraqi citizens the CBI, was starting a mechanism to add value, purchasing power to their currency. Now they showed that same picture from the archives to tell Iraqi citizens they are done. What they started in 2017, they have finished in 2024. They are done. We are now going to introduce a lower note and a new exchange rate. That's why you, Iraqi citizens, are being given exchange 30 note instructions today. A Sint defender on X, posted 10:53 a.m. January 8, 2025. According to Arab TV3 in Iran, in the coming hours, the world will witness unusual scenes and developments. Freak Sink. Iran is joining the USA as the 51st state. I don't think so. Do you not English speaking? I'll show you the map. This map, it appears, is the newer version. The older map that I'll show you has the world's, for example, here is Africa, Russia. So it's looking like this, and then Canada, America on the left. Whereas the other map, it was the opposite. So Russia and all this region was on the left, and America, South America was on the right. So here's Iran, and India, you can tell because the other map, you can tell what. Yes, it's really hard to read, but this newer one is good because it has, of course, the countries, the names. You notice a difference? This is an older map. I don't know what language is this. Is this Greek? I don't know. Now you have the layout of the countries. The other new map, it had America, Canada on the left, and Russia and the rest of those countries to the right. So when we look at Iran is in Kingdom 7 because this pink part here, this pink part country here, that's India. And so, because it's really difficult to see, but if you have a look at the old map, the new map, it's got India there, Iran, Turkey, Afghanistan, Pakistan, compared to the other map, sorry. So this map here, so there's India, and Iran would be somewhere around here. So it's in Kingdom 7. And so we've got Kingdom 1. And I don't know where Greenland is on this old map. So we've got Canada up here, the United States. Oh, this must be Alaska in the green. And then South America, they're all on their own. And you've got New Zealand down the bottom, Australia. Now, this part here, just above Australia, that looks like Indonesia. So they haven't included the whole of Indonesia in there. Mind you, we won't know until after Trump is inaugurated. And Kingdom 4, Kingdom 3, Russia, And 6 is the United Kingdom. So I would say it would include Scotland, Germany, and 5 Africa is on their own. So 7 is Iran is part of Kingdom 7. This was posted by John Dowling on Telegram. The Council of Ministers votes on several decisions to enhance imports in the aviation file. How about discussing the exchange rate? Just saying. Seems to be lots of blah blah blahs from Iraq. Just saying. This posted 12 p.m. 7th January 25. I hope this is all going to end, okay? Because I have to leave this place by the end of the month. All we can do is just pray that this happens. Pray, 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 pray. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump. Truth. Todd Jacob on X. The genius of strategic ambiguity or controversial topics. Observe his pattern. We're going to look at everything. We'll see what happens. Many people are saying, this isn't invasion, it's strategic optionality, maintaining maximum maneuver space while reading audience response. Todd Jacob on X. Masterclass in narrative warfare. When disclosing the assassination attempt, watch the genius. Transforms personal danger into collective meaning, converts trauma into spiritual awakening, creates multi-layered emotional resonance. This is how you turn events into legends. Posted January 8th, 2025. Forwarded from disclose.tv. Now Trump says Canada should be a state of the US. Here's your proof.
Why are we supporting a country 200 billion plus a year? Our military is at their disposal. All of these other things, they should be a state. That's why I told Trudeau when he came down, I said, what would happen if we didn't do it? He said Canada would dissolve. Canada wouldn't be able to function. If we didn't take that 20% of our car market, they send us hundreds of thousands of cars. They make a lot of money with that. They send us a lot of other things that we don't need. We don't need their cars, and we don't need the other products. We don't need their milk.
Forwarded from Graham Hodston on Telegram, 7th January 25. The Canadian truckers won. Justin Trudeau lost. Forwarded by Breaking 9/11. Question: can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, Greenland or Panama, you are not going to use military or economic coercion? Trump. Listen to this.
The Canadians to hold the vote. What is the strategy?
Yeah, I can't assure you. You're talking about Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two. But I can say this. We need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that now. It might be that you'll have to do something. Look, the Panama Canal is vital to our country. It's being operated by China. And we gave the Panama Canal to Panama. We didn't give it to China.
So this intel was forwarded from Booker in my nose. Okay. So this is only for USA members. I'll just read it. It was forwarded 7th of January 2025. Please call 211 or go to findhelp.org. If you need of anything related to people food, dog food, housing, rent, mortgage, utilities, hotel stay, grant money, transportation, home weatherization, repairs or any handicap needs, legal assistance, tell 211 all the things you need. There is multiple programs available also. Medicaid in 19 states have government funding for 6 months or back or present rent, maybe mortgage. Area on Aging, mortgage, rent utilities, DES, Department of Economic Security, utilities and more. HUD, HUD, utilities, mortgage and more. Neighborhood services, home repairs, Habitat for Humanity, multiple programs. Findhelp.org, online site with multiple programs, every category. Also grants.gov, G-O-V, benefits.gov, Area on Aging, Ombudsman, Senior Helpline, Neighborhood Services, needymeds.com, Elder Care Locator, thepennyhoarder.com, and then https, eldercare.acl.gov/public/index.aspx, then www.rd.usda.gov/programs/single-family-housing-programs, and lastly redrover.org for pets. Some of these names might not be the same for your area. Just tell them your needs. Don't forget churches, St. Vincent de Paul, Salvation Army, and the Humane Society. Just keep searching and asking until our event happens. You've got time. The amount of courage it takes to share your gifts and magical ideas with the world is underrated. The fact you haven't given up in a culture that doesn't support your light is outstanding.